like cities. We all have alleys and gardens and secret rooftops and places where daisies sprout between the sidewalk cracks. But most of the time, all we let each other see is a postcard glimpse of a skyline or a polished square. Love lets you find those hidden places in another person, even the ones they didn't know were there, even the ones they wouldn't call beautiful themselves. So, Brittny and Eric, here's to you discovering all the hidden beauty and all the unglamorous cracks of one another and falling more in love with every new discovery.
Ever since we were the lowest of cogs on the editorial ladder, we became fast and furious friends and then made this scary, intimidating trip to New York City to pursue our dreams of becoming editors. After many ups and downs and awkward interviews and Ed 2010 events, Brittny is now editor-in-chief of her very own publication, doing more good for society and humanity than anyone in our internship class ever dared to dream of. And she never could have done it without the unfailing, unending support of Eric, her true soulmate, the Mr. Darcy to her Elizabeth Bennet, the Frederick Woodworth to her Anne Elliot. Their love is as timeless and ageless as any classic novels. It's been an absolute pleasure to witness. After years of fumbling around trying to find ourselves in the chaos and uncertainty that is Manhattan, it's wonderful to see two people find each other in the concrete jungle and be a part of the culmination of that love and promise here today.
So I met Brittny over 8 years ago. I had just turned 21, I think, or maybe it was 20, maybe I was a little underage.
I met Brittny shortly after, actually via Nina, at the Guggenheim. It was the first of many days and nights out, and many martinis to come.
One thing we all loved most about Eric was that as Brittny grew in her professional career and was brave enough to take risks, he was a pillar of support, always having her back and encouraging her to move forward.
And man, did her risks pay off. She became an amazing forward-thinking entrepreneur. We're so proud and excited for all that you've done, all that you've become, and how your relationship has grown and will continue to do so for years to come.
Congratulations, we love you both. We can't wait to see what adventures will come next.
Brittny, your zeal for social justice and your entrepreneurial spirit honestly humble and inspire me. To Eric, I know from experience that when a friend is in trouble at 3 a.m, you are the guy who picks up the phone and answers. So I think, in the words of Charlotte to Wilbur, you guys have been my friends, and that in and of itself is a tremendous thing. Thank you both so much. I love you. Congratulations. Cheers.
I remember one time, I must have been five or so, and Brittny was about 10. A mean boy knocked down the snowman I'd worked so hard on at our babysitter's house. I started crying and told Britt what happened. Well, she marched right over there with as much fierceness as a little 10-year-old can have and yelled at that little hooligan and chastised him for hurting her little sister. She must have scared him because he then meekly came over to me and apologized. Brittny made sure no one messes with her little sister except for her. The Dry sisters had been vindicated. Over the years, she's had my back in more ways than one. She's been an exquisite role model. She takes risks when it comes to her business and her passion, and she showed me how you can meld the two together. She's shown that it's okay to be scared and to not know what's going to happen, but don't you dare let that stop you from achieving your dreams. Her journey from Southern soccer player to New York activist is worthy of its own novel. I am so proud of the soon-to-be Mrs. Knight. And Eric, what an awesome brother-in-law. He's brought nothing but joy to our family gatherings. He's got that brilliant, happy face that makes you feel like everything's great in the world. I couldn't think of a better more caring person for my sister. What a power couple.
I want to talk about family because I'm a dad of 3, and I look forward to Eric and Brittny's journey, as a family together. And I look at everybody around here, and I see how much joy they have for Eric and Brittny, and it warms my heart. And I think it goes without saying that everybody here is really in 100% support of you guys and your happiness for the rest of your life. And I'd like everybody to raise their glasses and cheers Eric and Brittny on their beautiful weekend. And everybody enjoy. Cheers.
No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. In forming a marital union, two people become something greater than once they were. Marriage embodies a love that may endure even past death. So now I'm going to leave you with a passage from Vita Nuova. In that book, which is my memory, on the first page of the chapter that is the day when I first met you, appear the words, "Here begins a new life."
Saturday nights. Young hips shouldn't break on the ice. Old flames that can warm you tonight. So keep it cool, my baby. Don't lie, I wanna know. Dial up 3 rings and return them as gold. It's the last time running through snow, where the vaults are full and the fire's bold. I wanna know, does it bother you? The low click of a ticking clock.
As Eric and Brittny prepared for this celebration, they asked us to say a few words about who they are as individuals and as a couple. Eric, as your sister, I've seen you grow into the amazing person that you are. Never mind that you wore the same jeans for several weeks or months without ever washing them, or slept in a sleeping bag for much of college, but you knew those types of things weren't really that important. Now, I can see that you were saving up all that energy to put it into the things that really matter. Your work, your family, your friends, and of course, Brittny. Brittny, you are a warm and affectionate person who is amazing at embracing the little bear, or Osito, in Eric. You are a thoughtful and kind person who embraces family and pays attention to the little things that are important in making others feel special. You're also a passionate and driven person who might be the only person I know who can actually get Eric out of a lazy boy. Before me, I see two people who are totally smitten with each other. We can see that all you want to do is be next to each other and enjoy each other's company.
A great man from New Jersey once said, "Tramps like us, baby, we were born to run." I think that sentiment from the only boss that I've ever listened to really spoke to both Brittny and I. For those you don't know, that's one thing that we share that only probably rivals our love for Tennessee sports is love and appreciation for Bruce Springsteen, a bond we hardly share alone. But I remember when Brittny first told me about Eric. He was different than what I was used to hearing about. But Brittny was also different. She had a different tone, a different energy. I could hear it in her voice over the phone, and I could see it in her eyes on those rare weekends we were back in Tennessee at the same time. Brittny, Eric, I'm so honored that you asked me to be a part of your ceremony. Brittny, like many here, you inspire me. I'm so proud to call you my friend. Eric, the traditional thing to say here from one man to another is to take care of her. But this is the 21st century, so you guys should take care of each other.
So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. But a long list of ex-lovers will tell you I'm insane. 'Cause you know I love the players, and you love the games. So goddamn reckless, we'll take this way too
Eric and Brittny,
far.
please hold hands, gaze longingly into each other's eyes. You have both come here freely to enter into holy matrimony and to share this sacred vow with a community of friends and family. We are gathered here to witness your public declaration of this promise to each other. As people who know and love you, it is our responsibility in the many years to come to provide whatever support is necessary to help you uphold these vows. Brittny, will you have Eric to be your husband, to live together in marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor him, and keep him, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live? If so, say, I will.
I will.
Eric, will you have Brittny to be your wife, to live together in marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor, and keep her, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live? If so, say, I will.
I will.
Will all of you gathered here today do everything in your power to uphold and care for these persons in their marriage? If so, say we will.
We will.
Eric and Brittny would now like to exchange the vows that they have written personally for each other.
We're here, my love. It was on our second date that I knew this is where we would eventually find ourselves. The path here wasn't always smooth. Sometimes it took on the form of rocky cobblestone streets, sometimes treacherous mountain trails, but we always walked forward together and never lost sight of the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, as we embark on our new journey as husband and wife, here are my vows to you. I see these vows not as promises, but privileges. The privilege to wake up to you next to you every day, to support you, to laugh with you, to take care of you, to cry with you, to build our life, our beautiful, silly, love-filled life together with you. I vow to always choose us, to fight for us, to cherish us, and to honor us.
I vow to grow along with you, never against or away from you, promising that even if our paths are not identical, they will always be complementary. I vow to always stand in front of, beside, or behind you, wherever you need me the most. Voy a amar a su familia incondicionalmente. Voy a honrar y apreciarlas. Voy a asegurar de que las puertas a nuestra vida y la vida de nuestros niños siempre están abiertas. I vow to never take our love for granted, and when that vow is being challenged, to take a moment to look into your eyes and remember how truly lucky we are to have each other. I love you. I know.
That was beautiful. Thank you. You used to tell me about this elderly couple by your apartment. They would sit outside on their sidewalk every summer evening, listening to opera out of an old portable stereo. Their love struck us as something remarkable. They were so happy just doing the simplest things together, day after day, year after year. I promise to be that person, to grow older and even more in love with you. I vow to protect and provide for you and our family, both fur and human. I vow you'll be my one and only forever. I love you. I'm gonna kiss you.
Please rise. Whether you call it God, Allah, your inner bodhisattva, the awesomeness of nature, or whatever it is that fills you with that sense of connection and wonder, there is a strong relationship between spirituality and love. To quote the play from Les Mis, to love another person is to see the face of God. You may now kiss the bride.
talented and loving woman. We are so very proud of you, and we hope that you and Eric have many years of a blissful and happy marriage. Now the fun begins. Eric, welcome to the family. I'm not done yet. We love you both so very much. To Eric and Brittny, may you live well, laugh often, and love much. Love you.
Good evening. Was this a beautiful wedding or what? I was asked to say a few things, and the only thing that comes to my mind is years ago when we were traveling, or just me and Brittny riding around. She was very young. We'd play a little game. If a Corvette drove by, Brittny would circle it. If a Volkswagen Bug went by, she was exit out. And Eric, I believe you're a Corvette. So, I want to welcome you to the family, and we love you both.
Ron will do the talking because if I speak, I'm going to cry. So I think we both wrote what he's going to say. So it comes from our hearts.
Children are a blessing. And we have always been thankful to God for the 3 that have been given to us in our youth. Now, in our senior stage, God has granted us an additional child. So we thank God for Brittny. And as we welcome her into the Hall of Fame of Knights in Shining Armor, Eric and Brittny, here's our prayer for you. As the night and dry families grow, always find enough chairs for all of us at your round table.
Brittny is one of the hardest working, most passionate people I've ever met in my entire life. She puts her all into everything she does times 200. I mean, check out this wedding, really? Right? Though I wasn't around when she met Eric, that every time she shares the story about how they met, she has this huge glow and this huge smile on her face that just makes me feel like I was there. My first impression of Eric was that he has a smile that is infectious and really never goes away. Brittny and Eric, I wish nothing but the best for you and your journey as a family. I can't wait to see what your future brings. Congratulations to the beautiful couple. To love somebody deeply gives you strength. To be loved by somebody deeply gives you courage. Cheers.
I saw a poem the other day with a great title. It was titled "Wherever You Go, I Go Too." And I thought that the commitment between you two, which we're celebrating today, really fits that sentiment. I told you it would get dusty. But we all know your commitment has been serious for quite some time. This is just a great time to really cement it. Before I wrap up and we celebrate this great next step in your lives, remember for each other now, wherever you go, I go too. It's because this is a shared journey with you guys. But also remember that, I've been there with you, and I'll be there with you as well. And my family will be there, and so will yours. And everyone here will be as well.
it's not enough. It's not enough, not enough. Just another time I'm caught inside every open eye, holding on tightly to the sides, never quite learning why. You'll meet me, you'll meet me, you'll meet me halfway. Whenever I feel it coming on, you can be well aware. If ever I try to push away, you can just keep me there. So please say you'll meet me halfway. Tied to the shifting ground, like I always was, like I always was. You were the perfect storm, but it's not enough. It's not enough, not enough, not enough. Just another time that I go down, but you are keeping up, holding to a hope you'll undermine, never to be reversed. Just another time I'm caught inside every open eye, holding on tightly to the sides, never quite learning why. Whenever I feel it coming on, you can be well aware. If ever I try to push away, you can just keep me. Tell me, tell me, tell me you'll meet me. Tell me you'll keep me. Tell me you'll meet me. Will you meet me more than halfway?
You take your time, young lion. You take your time, young lion. You take your time, young lion. You take your time, young lion.
No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. In forming a marital union, two people become something greater than once they were. Marriage embodies a love that may endure even past death. So now I'm going to leave you with a passage from Vida Nuova. In that book, which is my memory, on the first page of the chapter that is the day when I first met you, appear the words, "Here begins a new life."